Bonsoir Ruchi, comment ça va?
Bonsoir, je vais bien et vous?
Je vais bien aussi, merci beaucoup.
Monsieur,
Oui,
j'ai fini mon 5 cours.
comment? Tu as fini? Qu'est-ce que tu as fini?
J'ai fini 5 cours. Oui, 5 cours.
5 cours. 5 cours de quoi?
Oui. Like, la, la big, j'ai fini. Comment on dit, this means the lecture.
Ah, j'ai fini, j'ai complété 5 cours, but you have to elaborate on that. Monsieur, j'ai fini 5 cours de notre niveau B1. Mais comment tu as fini? Ah, tu les as re-regardés? Tu les as revus?
Oui, oui. Et
D'accord.
monsieur, j'ai un doux.
Oui, dis-moi.
Six school
Oui,
et nous d'un B1.
je n'ai pas compris, Ruchi.
J'ai un doux
Oui,
et six class, six,
oui.
I have a doubt in six class.
You have doubts in all the 6 classes, that's what you want to say to me?
Only.
Oui, tu peux partager ton doute, vas-y. C'est quoi ton doute? Oui,
Après la cour,
d'accord, d'accord, tu peux me contacter, pas de souci. Alors, je vois Trisha, je vois Ati, je vois Rishma. Bonsoir tout le monde, comment ça va?
Bonsoir, monsieur. Bonsoir, tout le monde.
Ça va bien?
Merci, monsieur. Ça va.
Très bien.
Merci, monsieur. Et
Super,
vous, monsieur?
je vais bien aussi,
Tout le
merci.
monde.
Tout le monde va bien, j'espère. Ok, on va continuer. Alors, et donc, ce que je disais, est-ce que vous avez regardé, vous avez lu ce texte-là? Ok. Oui, on commence par toi, Arti. Est-ce que tu peux commencer à lire, s'il te plaît, le texte?
Oui.
Oui.
Euh,
Et Ruchi, pardon, Ruchi, tu peux désactiver ton micro, s'il te plaît?
oui.
Could you put your microphone on mute? Thank you. Oui, oui, allez-y.
OK. L'apprentissage pratique,
Oui,
texte 1.
oui,
L'apprentissage du français, un moyen d'insertion pour ces étrangers du Centre-Bretagne.
oui.
La région Bretagne a créé un nouveau site de formation prépa à venir à Lochmine, Morbihan. 9 femmes du secteur se sont inscrits pour se perfectionner en français et construire un projet professionnel.
Professionnel.
Oui.
Oui, continue.
Source, do I need to read
Non, non,
the
non,
source?
non, tu peux laisser passer cette partie. Tu peux commencer de cette partie-là. Pardon, de elle.
Okay. Elles ont 20 et 60 ans. Elles
Oui.
sont originaires d'un autre pays
Hmm.
et elles sont toutes à la recherche d'un nouvel voie.
Excuse-moi, d'une nouvelle voix.
Voix.
Oui.
D'accord. Voix. Le point commun entre ces femmes, elles ne parlent pas parfaitement le français et résident à Lochmine,
Hmm.
Morbihan, ou dans les communes alentours.
Oui,
Elles ont rejoint une formation du GRETA,
oui,
groupement d'établissements, afin
oui,
de mieux maîtriser
oui.
le français et ainsi s'insérer localement.
Oui.
Que ce soit en trouvant un travail ou une formation professionnalisante.
Voilà, professionnalisante. Pas sante, mais zante. D'accord?
Professionnalisante.
Zond,
Oui.
passante, artisante, professionnalisante. Zond.
Professionnalisant.
Bravo, très bien, c'est ça. Voilà, je vois Champa, Surashri, Sapna. Bonjour, bonsoir, ça va? Oui. Oui, je vais bien, merci. Alors, nous venons de commencer la lecture, de reading de ce texte. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui? On va lire les textes et on va essayer de comprendre le sens, the meaning, le sens de ces textes pour comprendre le thème global. C'est l'apprentissage du français. C'est notre texte, enfin, c'est notre thème numéro 1 pour cette semaine. Je pense que vous avez bien compris. Chaque semaine, nous allons traiter d'un thème différent et comme ça, on va avancer. C'est bon? Alors, maintenant, vous allez entamer is to take up. Vous allez entamer une grande responsabilité. Vous devez beaucoup lire, vous devez beaucoup écouter, vous devez beaucoup parler et à la fin, vous devez beaucoup écrire. Ça, c'est exigé de ce niveau B1. Voilà, ça, c'est quelque chose. Now, you all have to be ready for it. Please, I really want your cooperation. Je veux bien que vous fassiez des efforts. Et ça ne va pas être un chemin facile, mais je vais vous aider à l'entreprendre, to take it up, à l'entreprendre d'une manière concrète, mais quand même abordable. C'est-à-dire, ça va être facile pour vous. Mais normalement, B1, c'est vraiment un chemin qu'on doit faire avec beaucoup d'efforts. Est-ce que vous êtes prête à faire ces efforts, tout le monde? Est-ce que vous êtes prête ou pas? Vous êtes prête, tout le monde? Je veux bien. Oui, parce que ça, c'est. Oui, parce que ça, c'est important. Parce que vous voyez, ça va être difficile. But it's not going to be impossible. Ça va être difficile, ça c'est sûr, mais ça ne va pas être impossible. C'est pour ça, soyez courageuse, soyez prête et ayez de la motivation chez vous. Ça, c'est important. OK. So, with that, any questions? Anyone? Si vous avez des questions? Sinon, OK, on va continuer. So, the regular trend goes this way. Whenever I send you a PDF, every week you read all the texts as soon as you get the document. I understand you could be busy. Vous pouvez, enfin, c'est possible que vous soyez occupé, mais c'est pas grave. Dès que vous trouvez du temps, vous les lisez, vous soulignez les mots compliqués, vous trouvez les sens de ces mots-là sur le dictionnaire en ligne ou version papier. Et après, vous allez tout noter les mots importants, leur traduction en anglais. Après, vous avez des questions basées sur ces textes. Vous allez essayer de répondre à ces questions. You're going to respond to these questions. Et de plus, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? Vous allez essayer de créer vos propres textes. Because in B1, we ask, on nous demande des parties production écrites. Alors, vous allez être obligé, censé, you're going to be like forced to write pour 160 mots, 160 words. Et ça, vous allez faire au niveau B1. Basé sur ces textes-là, based on these texts, je vous ai envoyé quelques questions que vous allez essayer de rédiger. D'accord? Ça va être la partie production écrite. So that goes hand in hand with these texts. So these texts are going to help you strengthen your content for those writing sections, but at the same time for your speaking sections, because these texts will be a part of your monologue as well. So you have a double kind of a practice. Non seulement pour la partie production écrite, mais aussi pour la partie production orale. Est-ce que c'est clair pour vous? Ça va? Tout le monde, vous comprenez? Khushbu, Surashri, Sapna? Oui, Arti, tu veux dire quelque chose?
Oui, monsieur, qu'est-ce que c'est monologue?
So monologue, I'll just quickly give you an idea. In B1 exam, you have got 3 subsections in the speaking part. In the speaking part, you have got 3 subsections. The first subsection is Présentez-vous, which I'm sure you know, but I'll help you to develop a wonderful B1 Présentez-vous, so that it's a good one, it's a quite intensive one. Second part is a dialogue that you do on the spot, Arti, then and there. Everyone please listen to it carefully, because these are the 3 subsections of production orale that you will have to have in your exam. Présentez-vous, second is dialogue, and le troisième c'est un monologue. And for the monologue, Reshma, you get 10 minutes to prepare. They give you you have a bowl which has a lot of chits into it. You pick 2 chits out of them. It can be l'apprentissage du français. It can be any topic. You have to read them and then you have to draft your own content in those 10 minutes and you have to speak it out as a monologue. So monologue means you have to give your own opinion, Arti, on a topic for at least 3 to 4 minutes. Est-ce que c'est bon? Je vais vous apprendre, ne vous inquiétez pas, don't worry at all. I'm going to teach you how to speak in a monologue. But for that, we need to have content. We are working on the content. So in these classes of each week, I'll also ask you to speak on these topics in a scattered way, perhaps, and slowly and gradually, I'll teach you how to say it in a structured way, with a little introduction, with a little body, and your own opinion, and in the end, conclusion. So I'll teach you that. I cannot do it right away, because if I were to do that way right away, you would get little restricted. So I want you to fly open, learn openly, have a lot of content, and then on va tailler. Tailler means to shape it up. On va tailler après. But let's learn a lot. C'est bon, Arti, c'est clair pour toi? Sapna, tu veux dire quelque chose? Oui, Sapna.
Sir, when it comes to the after presenting, so when we entered in the first time, like they give us some slip where we have to speak. That is monologue. Yes, that is monologue. But what the paper we are getting there, the paper which we are getting it. Because last time I did one mistake.
Yeah.
Because after that somebody said to me, don't write anything unnecessarily because they read that paper. Is it true?
So she's talking about the brouillon. Now, brouillon is a rough sheet that you get, and on which you get those 10 minutes, and they give you some brouillon, rough sheets, to write all your content on that, right? Ideally, no one reads brouillon. Brouillon doesn't make sense at all. I don't know.
They kept with their.
They do. You cannot take the brouillon along with you after the exams. You have to deposit it to them. But brouillon is never something that would judge your quality. Brouillon is not, it's just your own thing. You can write in any language, in any way. It is something that.
We are writing, it is like nothing is.
Absolutely. You can write it in Hindi, in French, in Spanish, in German. How does it matter to them? What is needed is you should look into their eyes when you speak, or you should have your keywords. But your point is right. Ideally, how we train you for the brouillon. So when we will train you for brouillon, we would want that you just write keywords, important words, and you elaborate them. At B1, the elaboration doesn't go as it goes for B2. So for B2, it goes for 7 to 8 minutes, and at B1 level, it goes to 3 to 4 minutes. Now, coming back to Sapna's point, that what if I write anything and everything on the brouillon? Does it make sense? Will it impact my performance? Ideally not, because it's a rough sheet. Brouillon means a rough sheet. It has to be thrown. It has to be, you have to tear it and you have to throw it. But if people keep it and they judge you on that, that's very sad. 1 point. Second, so that people don't judge us, we will do it in a way that is the way they want us to write. So Shampa, they ask us to write in points. So we will write in points. They want us to describe. So we will describe a little bit. So the idea behind the brouillon is that it is just a hand-holding thing for you to latch on to these points and express yourself in a normal, fluent French way without too much looking into that text, but also looking into it when you are getting stuck and then speaking to the interlocutor. Got the point, Sapna? C'est clair?
I would like to add something. Like in those 10 minutes, it's very difficult.
Absolutely.
To write the whole.
Absolutely.
It's just the structures we write and some of the keywords we write.
Absolutely. C'est ça.
Actually, Shilpa ma'am, what I did last time, I got all the questions because my facilitator told me to write the question, to understand the question carefully because we were in so much hurry.
Yeah.
So I just wrote all the questions, but somebody said to me, no, don't write questions there because it's.
No. So,
to be honest, it does not make any sense. Means even in like IELTS also, they give a rough sheet. So it is whatever they write. Nobody is going to check those things. No
yeah. So no, but yeah, you're right, Shampa. But I think Sapna, we lose our time in writing and copying the whole question. So rather than you just throw a glance, il faut jeter un coup d'œil. You have to just throw a glance on the question theme, the two themes that you pick, and you choose one between the two. And the moment you have chosen, you will be made to sit with your 10 minutes, and then you start writing your keywords. I'll teach you that. Don't worry. Right now, let's enhance our content portion on these topics. C'est bon? Okay, so how we'll go about with that is that not only these texts that I'm going to share you each week are going to help you in your monologue, Aarti, because they can be a part, who knows, qui sait, who knows, they can be a part of your monologue. So you would have a lot of content to express yourself, one. Second, there could be a question on this topic exact as a writing section, who knows. So this will help you not only to embellish, ça va vous aider non seulement à embellir votre production orale, pour partie monologue, pour partie dialogue, mais aussi ça va vous aider à embellir votre production écrite, because it can be in the two ways. C'est bon? C'est clair? And moreover, it also helps you in your reading section, Surashri, because you're reading it, you're responding to the question. So it is like a totality of everything. And in the end, I'll also be playing a video that I've prepared for you for today, that I've already shared, que j'ai déjà partagé dans le groupe. J'espère que vous avez eu le temps de l'écouter. Sinon, c'est pas grave, on va l'écouter ensemble. Mais normalement, je vais essayer de vous l'envoyer en avance. Mais quand même, on va l'écouter ensemble. So, ça va vous aider à bien vous entraîner. It's going to help you to train yourself, bien vous entraîner pour la partie compréhension de l'oral. So, we are going to work on all the 4 competencies. But from exam point of view, when we will be nearing our, I don't know, 8th or 10th week, and then we'll have some more time, I will start preparing, we'll start preparing ourselves exactly as per the exam. We'll just talk about exam. But we won't do it right away because I don't want you to get restricted with the exam thing. Let's, you know, float and fly in a bigger way, and then we'll move ahead. C'est bon? C'est clair? Vous avez compris? Ma vision, ça va? Ok, très bien. Voilà, je vois Khushbu. Bonsoir Khushbu, ça va? Alors, on va continuer. Okay, so I hope you have read these texts. So Aarti, quickly, if you could explain this text to us. Yeah.
Yes. This means the title first, l'apprentissage du français, un moyen d'insertion pour ces étrangers dû son time. This means the learning, French learning,
Yeah.
way of inserting the foreigners.
Yeah. It's a means of insertion of these foreigners at the center du Centre Bretagne. Right? It's a means. Moyen is a means. C'est un moyen. C'est un moyen de communication. C'est un moyen d'insertion. So to insert oneself, right? Insertion, insertion, incorporation. That way.
Right.
You will have to use these words in, you know, your spoken part as well.
And is it façon? Une façon means
Une façon. C'est une façon, c'est une manière, c'est un moyen. Moyen is a means. Okay.
Means.
Yeah.
So the region, the British region, has created a new site of formation.
Formation means training.
Training.
Yeah.
By the name of future preparation.
Hmm.
For preparation or by the name of future preparation.
Yes. Yeah. That's yes.
Make out the
Oui, oui, oui.
at the place Lokmine,
Yeah.
which is in Malta.
Yeah.
9 ladies of the sector, they have registered for making them perfectionists in for perfecting the French and constructing a professional project.
Absolutely. For perfecting themselves in French and to construct a professional project. Très bien. Okay. Quickly, we'll move ahead. Aarti, carry on from this point to this point.
Oui. Elles sont entre 20 et 16 ans. They are between 20 to 60 years of age. They have the orientation of other countries. They are all looking for a new way. Nouvelle voie.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, elles sont toutes à la recherche d'une nouvelle voie. Absolutely, they are they're all toutes they are in the search of a new path, a new way for themselves. Yeah, that's correct.
The common point between these ladies.
Right.
Elles ne parlent pas parfaitement le français. They don't speak French perfectly.
Right.
And reside at Locamin, Morbihan, and where in the surrounding municipalities.
Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely.
They have rejoined a formation of Greta, right, which is groupement, établissement, and in order to control better the French,
Yeah.
have integrated locally.
Yeah.
Que ce soit en trouvant un travail which
Que ce soit. Okay, I'll help you with that. So, elles ont rejoint, it doesn't mean to rejoin, it means to join, right? The verb is rejoindre. It doesn't mean to rejoin, it only means to join, right? So, you don't have to say rejoin. They are joining. but we say rejoindre. So they have joined a training of Greta, which is groupe d'établissement, afin de, you remember, afin de, I think yesterday, the other day, I think Shampa, someone else, Surashi said, afin que, afin de. So after afin de, we always have an infinitive verb, maîtriser. Afin de mieux maîtriser, in order to master better French language, and in this way. Ainsi means in this way. It's a very interesting word. Please use it in your spoken and the written part. Ainsi, in this way. They want to insert themselves locally. Que ce soit, whether, so que ce soit, whether it be. Whether it be. So that's how you would say que ce soit. So that always is like, you know, a subjunctive. So que ce soit, and then you have one option or whatever.
Also,
Yeah.
while looking for the work or from other professionalism.
Yeah. So that it be while finding a work or training, which is a professional training, right? Professionnalisante. Is that clear? Ça va? Voilà. Ok, on va continuer. Voilà. Et donc, on va continuer avec la partie suivante. Ok.
Okay.
I'll just take you over there. Oui, je vais demander à quelqu'un d'autre maintenant. Voilà, merci Arti. On va passer vers Surashri. Surashri, est-ce que tu peux lire, s'il te plaît, cette partie-là? Et tu peux nous expliquer?
Oui. Des possibilités pour se décompter.
Se décompter. Se décompter.
Se décompter, c'est indispensable pour le secteur. Pour beaucoup, la langue est un vrai frein pour comprendre comment fonctionne une machine. C'est un exemple, Véronique Jean-Georges, conseiller emploi formation à Centre Mobilin Communauté.
Oui.
Il y a l'apprentissage de la langue, mais aussi des codes de la culture française. Des possibilités pour se décanter grâce à ces formations. Italie, Roumanie, Ukraine, Comores, Cambodge, elles ont toutes un passé et un vécu en France, plus ou moins long. Martina, 28 ans, est polonaise. Elle est arrivée en février à l'Ukraine après un passage à Van. Mon assistant social m'a proposé de venir ici. J'aimerais améliorer mon niveau de français pour faire une formation dans l'esthétisme.
Voilà.
Pour le moment, en tout cas, c'est ce que je voudrais faire.
Oui.
On verra si ça me plaît. Au départ, je voulais être prothésiste ongulaire.
Prothésiste.
Prothésiste ongulaire,
Hmm.
mais j'ai trouvé ça ennuyeux.
D'accord, très bien. So I'll just quickly read once for you and then we'll check the meaning. So des possibilités peuvent se décompter, c'est indispensable. You'll have to do the liaison. C'est indispensable pour le secteur. Pour beaucoup, la langue est un vrai frein pour comprendre comment fonctionne une machine. You'll have to say machine. Cite un exemple, Véronique Jean-Jos, conseillère emploi formation. Oui.
La langue est un vrai frein.
Frein. Yeah, F-R-E-I-N, frein. Un vrai frein. That's like a brake. And the verb is freiner. To F-R-E-I-N-E, freiner. Freiner means to put brakes, to apply brakes. Freiner. So, la langue est un vrai frein pour comprendre comment fonctionne une machine. Cite un exemple, Véronique Jean-Jos, conseillère emploi, formation à Centre Morbihan, communauté CMC. Il y a l'apprentissage de la langue, mais aussi des codes de la culture française. Des possibilités peuvent se décompter grâce à ces formations. Italie, Roumanie, Ukraine, Comores, Cambodge, elles ont toutes un passé et un vécu en France plus ou moins long. Martina, 28 ans, est polonaise. Elle est arrivée en février à Locminé après un passage à Vannes. Then she says, mon assistant social m'a proposé de venir ici. J'aimerais améliorer mon niveau de français pour faire une formation dans l'esthétisme. Pour le moment, en tout cas, c'est ce que je voudrais faire. On verra si ça me plaît. Au départ, je voulais être prothésiste angulaire, mais j'ai trouvé ça ennuyeux. Oui, tu peux nous expliquer, Surashi, le sens en anglais, s'il te plaît?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui.
So, the possibility to can be of they contain, monsieur.
So they count anyone who saw the meaning? Anyone quickly? Oh, that was the work. Yeah, so to settle. But in which sense it can also be to clarify, to bring, to come out, to to be visible clearly, to settle in the sense it can settle, but some possibilities can open up. They can clarify in that sense. You can have more of options by learning French. Yeah, carry on.
So, so it is essential for the sector. For many, Burmese is a true breaker for to understand how to function a machine.
Yeah.
See, cite an example. Here is a given an example.
Yeah.
For Veronique John Joe, advising emploi formation means train the internship.
Yes,
Training.
yes. Yeah, job training kind of a thing.
Yeah, for the internship job training, a center called Morbia. So it's a community. It's a community.
Yeah.
There are trainees for the language,
Hmm.
but also there are course for the French culture, and many possibility can be to open up or to view clearly with the help of the training.
Right.
Thanks to the training.
Yeah.
So grasa is thank you.
Yeah, thanks to, absolutely, grâce à. And the negative is à cause de. So grâce à is something positive. And if you were to give the negative because of, you would say à cause de. À cause de, which is negative. À cause de la pollution, because of pollution, something is not going positive. So à cause de la pollution. Mais grâce à ce stage, thanks to this training, I could develop my skills. So grâce à ce stage, j'ai pu travailler sur mes compétences. Something of this sort. Yeah.
Few countries like Italy, Rome, Ukraine, and Cambodia,
Yeah.
they have all the passé means passé means.
Yeah, they all have a
Past.
past. Yeah, a past. They all have a past.
Past.
Yeah.
Okay, a past and life in France.
An experience.
More or
Vécu. What does that mean, Surashi? Vécu means their life experience.
Life experience.
Yeah, that what they have, something
and
that they have lived. I'm sorry, something that they have lived. Vécu.
Okay, so they have the experience in France, more or less long one, long experience.
Yeah.
Huge experience.
Yeah.
Okay, Matrina, who is of 28 years old, she is a Polonese. She arrived in the month of February to Lukmine. After some time at a van, she's expressing her view like my social assistant proposed to come here, and I would like to improve my French level, to do the training in aesthetism.
Yeah. What is l'esthétisme? Anyone? L'esthétisme?
Beautician, to be a beautician, esthetician, something like that.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, beautician. To some, no, beautician. Yeah, someone who wants to embellish people's beauty. Yeah, beautician. She wanted to do a training.
Train myself in the beautician course.
Right.
For the moment, in all cases.
Yeah. En tout cas, any which way. En tout cas means any which way. En tout cas, any which way.
Any which way. So any which way for the moment is the it is that I want to do.
Right.
And we will be so it pleases me. It would be pleasing me.
Oh, we will see if it, we will see, on verra that future simple, si ça me plaît, if it pleases me. We will see if it pleases me and I'll carry it or not. Yeah.
Okay. We will see whether it pleases me. Au départ, sir, it's the convention.
Yeah, au départ, at the beginning. शुरुआत में, au départ. So, whenever you are talking about yourself, how did you start learning French? Oh, au départ, at the beginning, blah, blah, blah. Au départ.
At the beginning, I used to be a protestant.
Je voulais être, Surashri, je voulais être. We have done a lot of tenses. No more confusion with tenses. Je voulais être.
I could be.
Oh la la, this is want. So how can it be would, or I'm sorry, could? Yeah. Anyone? Raise your hands. Let me see.
Want to be.
Je voulais. Which tense is that? Ruchi. We'll ask Ruchi. Let's see if she can help us. Je voulais. Which tense is that, Ruchi? Je voulais. Bravo, imparfait, and the verb is vouloir. So I wanted. मैं चाहती थी. It was on a long term. I wanted to be prothésiste. So what is that? Prothésiste? Angulaire.
Something like for the nail, somebody who does nail extensions, something like that.
Okay, yeah, Arti, yeah, yeah.
Technician.
Sorry?
Nail technician?
Yeah, nail technician, nail art expert.
Nail artist,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, see these professions, how have they evolved? So, that's how. So, prothésiste angulaire, yeah. Mais, what happened then, Surashri?
Mais j'ai trouvé, but I found it boring.
Voilà, exactement. Très bien, merci. So, I think this text is clear to you from this portion. We'll carry it on. Yeah. Pardon?
Angulaire says something with the nails.
Absolutely, absolument. Oui, c'est ça. Ok, on va continuer. Maintenant, je vais demander à Reshma. Reshma, s'il te plaît.
Oui.
Sa voisine.
Salle de formation,
Reshma, can you hear me? Sa voisine.
I can hear you. Sa voisine dans la salle de formation du salon ENA, 56 ans, cette Ukrainienne mariée à un Français qui Ukrainienne mariée à un Français qui avait déjà vécu à son brio,
Oui.
a décidé de se reconvertir. Nous
Voilà.
sommes arrivés à Blooming View, Viewsy en octobre 2022 à cause de la guerre. Auparavant, j'étais expert comptable en Ukraine. Aujourd'hui, je voudrais devenir agent immobilier. Sinon, j'irai travailler à l'école comme agent ou pour proposer mon idée en mathématiques.
Très bien, merci. Oui, pardon, Reshma, tu peux expliquer en anglais, s'il te plaît, cette partie-là? Oui.
Their neighbors in the formation room known Ina,
Yeah.
named as Ina.
Yeah. So her neighbor in the training room is called, or her name is Ina. Ruchi, we'll request you to be on mute. Ruchi, if you can hear me. Thank you. Merci. Oui.
At 56 years, this married in
To a French. She's married. She's a Ukrainian married to a French person. She's married to a French person.
Friend who was already came to son.
So this vécu comes from which verb? Vivre. The vécu comes from vivre, vécu, right? It is the third form of vivre, the one that even Surashri read in the previous text. So there it was a noun. There vécu was noun, here it is third form, right? It is third form. So, qui avait déjà vécu and avait déjà vécu, Reshma, which tense is that? Plus que parfait. Who had already lived at plus parfait, right? So you say it that way. Yeah, continue. Then, a décidé de se reconvertir. You understand what is? Yeah. What is se reconvertir? Anyone? What does that mean? To change your career is se reconvertir. Se reconvertir is a term that means changer de carrière, to change your career, right? That's how it is. Okay.
Nous sommes arrivés.
Yeah.
We arrived in Lumelbu, in October 2022.
Cause the, do you see that? Because of the war.
Because of war.
Auparavant?
Before I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
accountant, expert accountant.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Today I would like to become.
yeah, carry on.
What?
What is agent immobilier? It's a
Real estate agent.
real estate agent. Yeah, that's correct. Real estate agent. Yeah, then
Otherwise, I will go to work in school like agent or for proposing my idea in mathematics, my help in mathematics.
voilà, absolument. C'est correct. So what you see is there's a word that is called se reconvertir that you have to pay attention to. That's important because it is something of the sort wherein it is to change your career. It is not just to convert yourself, but in the change in career. Nous sommes arrivés à Plumelio-Busy en octobre 2022 à cause de la guerre. Auparavant, earlier. Auparavant is an interesting term. Please catch hold of it, like au départ, auparavant, because you will use these in your writing section and in your monologue. Auparavant, how life used to be without technology. If you will talk about, I'm sorry, not if you will, if you talk about this formation wherein you talk about how life used to be without technology, you would always use auparavant. You would do a time travel, Arti, and you would talk in a monologue. Les gens habitaient tranquillement, la vie était simple. You know, you would use your imparfait with auparavant. So catch hold of these terms. Trisha would like to say something in between? I don't know.
Oui, monsieur,
Oui.
dit quelque chose.
Oui.
Premièrement, qui avait déjà vécu cette phrase, comment on dit en anglais?
En anglais, this Ukrainian married woman to a French person had already lived at so and so place, right? Yeah. And then she says that earlier I used to be a chartered accountant in Ukraine, and today I would like to become a property or real estate agent. If not, otherwise I will go to work in a school as a social worker. A agent can be a social worker or a worker, or for proposing my help in mathematics. Voilà. C'est clair? Ça va? Ok. Voilà. On va changer de personne. Merci Reshma. Merci. On va changer de personne.
Could you please mute? Getting a lot of noise from the background. Both of you please mute.
Who all? I'm not getting.
Monsieur,
Oui. What?
comment on dit à cause de la guerre en anglais?
Comment? Un cours?
À cause de la guerre.
La guerre.
Ah, à cause de la guerre.
La guerre.
À cause de la guerre. Yeah, because of war. Because of war, right? War के कारण, because of war.
War.
Yeah, लड़ाई. युद्ध. Voilà. Okay. Yeah, please be on mute. I don't know if someone said this. So whenever we are not talking, we'll be on mute. So merci Reshma. On va continuer. We'll ask someone else now. Yeah, Sapna, tu peux lire cette partie s'il te plaît et nous expliquer ça?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui.
La formation de 5 mois qui comprend the période de stage et accessible à condition d'avoir quelque part en français. Tout le monde assure remplir les documents toutes les heures. Confie Nadej.
Oui.
Nadej Vigour.
Oui.
Vigour. L'une des formatrices.
Trice.
Formatrice.
Formatrice. Trice.
Formatrice.
Voilà.
Les
élèves.
Python.
Sapna, tu vas dire les élèves. Les élèves.
Les élèves.
Voilà, les élèves.
Les
Oui.
élèves.
Oui. Effectue. effectue,
effectue, don't send the good par semaine, l'objectif étant
étant, Hmm.
valider और diplôme flow killer permettra peut-être de réaliser leur projet.
Projet, yeah.
Projet en 2020, 21,
Hmm.
2022,
Oui.
plus de 106
1600, 1600.
1600 personnes en
Bretagne, voilà, Bretagne.
Bretagne ont pu bénéficier de cet accompagnement.
Très bien, ok, parfait. Je vais essayer de relire ça parce qu'il y avait certaines fautes de prononciation, mais c'est pas grave, tu peux retravailler sur ça. So, la formation de 5 mois. Normally, whenever the number 5, 6, 8 and 10 are followed by a noun, we don't say them 5 and 6 and 8 and 10. We say them in a different way. We say 5, 6, 8, 10. 5, 6, 8, 10. How? 6, 5 tables, 5 tables. 6 tables, 6 tables. 8 tables, 8 tables. And 10 tables, 10 tables. We don't say anymore 5, 6, 8 and 10. So you would say it how? You would say it 5 mois and not 5 mois. D'accord? 5 mois. It's fixed. Voilà. La formation.
Enough to
Pardon?
Comme the enough.
No, enough stays enough. I'm saying that it's just. Yeah, the enough is enough. Enough stays enough mois. You don't change it. You don't make it half.
Now just like
Enough
I
more.
heard
That is a different thing. The verse sound that comes in, that is F that changes. Over here, we are just cutting it short. What I'm trying to say. You got it? There's a different, the first sound becomes, nerve, never. The fur with what you are saying is that the F sound becomes ver, never. That's correct. But here we are trying to cut it short. So we say 5 mois qui comprend 2 périodes de stage est accessible. Sapna est accessible à condition d'avoir quelques bases en français. Tout le monde a su remplir les documents tout seul. Confie Nadège Rigour, l'une des formatrices. Les élèves effectuent 35 heures de cours par semaine. Objectif étant, this is étant, please everyone pay attention on the pronunciation, it is the time, this is the time. Étant de valider un diplôme qui leur permettra peut-être de réaliser leur projet en 2021-2022, plus de 1600 personnes en Bretagne ont pu bénéficier de cet accompagnement. Ça va? Ok. Yeah, Champa, you're saying something? C'est bon? Champa, ça va? D'accord. Oui, Sapna, tu peux nous expliquer ce texte en anglais, s'il te plaît?
Monsieur, est-ce que vous répétez le dernier mot?
Cet accompagnement. Cet accompagnement. Cet accompagnement. Cet accompagnement. D'accord? You can go back to the recording and you can always watch this. Voilà. Oui, Sapna, tu peux nous aider à comprendre le texte en anglais, s'il te plaît?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui.
The 5-month training,
Right.
the 5-month training that
Comprises.
5-month training in comprehend to understand that understand internship period.
The word comprendre, you know what does that mean, anyone? Not only does it mean to understand, yeah, Ruchi, you want to say? It also means to?
Understand.
No, over here it doesn't mean understand. It means consisting of.
Because internship is that's why it's include.
No. So the word comprendre, Sapna, not only does it mean to understand, it also means to comprise, to consist of. So to comprise. In English, you have comprise. It's some like comprendre sort of thing. So comprise. So this training of 5 months months, which comprises or consists of 2 periods of training, right?
Yes, is accessible
On the
condition.
condition,
You have some.
yeah,
You have
some base in French.
some basic knowledge of
Yeah,
French.
that's correct. Some basic knowledge of French. Then
Everyone was uh, everyone was uh, everyone was able to fill the documents
all alone,
yeah,
themselves, all by themselves, all alone. That's correct. But here, Sapna, it's not was able to, were able to. It is as you knew. This is the verb savoir, su. So they knew. Everyone knew to fill the documents by themselves. Right? What you say can make sense, but we'll go word by word, right? So that we know exactly what the text is talking about. Chaliye, aage, Sapna. Confier.
confier is what?
What is the verb confier? Anyone? What does confier stand for?
Is it confessing?
Yeah,
Confess?
to confide something, to reveal something, to tell, to confide. Confier means to reveal something. You bring it out.
Okay.
Reveals.
So Nadi is triggered. Then one of the trainers.
Yeah.
One of the trainer. The students.
Yeah.
The students.
Effectuer. Oh là là, les filles, vous n'avez pas étudié. Yeah.
Effect.
Yeah, so they do.
Okay, one of the student.
No, the students, they undergo.
35 hours of class.
Yeah, but not effect as in they undergo, they do, they complete 35 hours of class per week. Effectuate to undertake, to go through.
To take 35 hours of classes per week. The objective.
Étant is which form? Participe présent. Being, B-E-I-N-G, being, to validate a diploma, to validate.
Validate floor diploma that will be killer per method, that will be allowed.
That will allow them.
That will allow to them
Perhaps to achieve their projects.
To achieve their projects.
Yeah.
In 2021-2022, more than 1,600 people in
this region. Brittany, Britannia.
Were able to benefit from this
support. Perfect. Yeah, this company, this support. Très bien. Est-ce que c'est clair? Vous avez compris le texte? Pour l'instant, ça prend du temps, mais petit à petit, vous allez avancer. Why is it important to read them well and to understand them well? Because you would have your reading sections in the exam. You have to read them. You have to understand them. So this is what we are developing here, so that we understand what is being written. So you understand permettre. Oui. Sorry?
Monsieur, on peut, ça veut dire could benefit.
On peut. Which tense is that? Passé composé. Passé composé. So they could benefit. Yeah, could benefit of this support. Bénéficier. The word is interesting, bénéficier. On peut en bénéficier. On peut en bénéficier, because bénéficier always takes DE after it. Everyone please pay attention. Bénéficier always takes DE after it. So whatever we remove after DE, along with DE becomes EN and comes in front. You know that, Trisha, everyone, Khushbu? So I am going to benefit out of it. So you'll say, je vais en bénéficier. Je vais en bénéficier. I'm going to benefit out of it. I'm going to make most out of it. Je vais en bénéficier. That makes sense? Yeah.
Could you repeat the word? The song, reconvertir,
Se reconvertir means to change your career. Se reconvertir, yeah. Ça va? Okay, super. So today I'm giving you a chance to speak and to get the meaning, but in the days to come we'll take up some speed. I'll give you a chance to read, but I'll explain you. And I would want you to have already understood the meaning. So that's called les classes inversées. You remember the flipped class learning, wherein you read the text all by yourself, you get the meanings done, you do a lot of homework, and then we meet in the class. That time you are all well equipped what these words mean. But of course you might be here and there in the meaning because you might not know it. We would do it together. So please ensure that every time you have understood the meanings by using word reference dictionary or any of the dictionaries that you feel comfortable, you are comfortable with. So these questions, we will not get into that because you know them, you have seen them, and you must have also responded to these questions. We'll move ahead with
I
them.
have small doubts. Just
Yeah,
one.
yeah, tell me.
I have a small doubt in the tool mode as to wrongly the document mode to solve.
Yeah.
Comfy and it's given the trainer name. Like
Yeah.
how it is linked with the sentence.
So whatever you see in bold, Surashi, she is saying it. So Confi is she reveals. Who reveals? One of the trainers is Nadej Vigour. She says quelques bases en français, ça c'est nécessaire, mais tout le monde a su remplir les documents tout seul. So she's saying everyone knew how to fill the forms because they are the trainers, and these ladies who have come to attend this training, they all knew how to fill their forms all by themselves. Ça va? Oui, un moment. Surashi, c'est bon, c'est clair? Oui, d'accord. Yeah, Reshma.
Sir, j'ai un doute.
Ah, j'ai un doute. Oui, Trisha.
Sir, when it will be like beneficial, that's the way or beneficial, like in what terms it will change?
So example, someone says to you, ah, cette formation de niveau B1, c'est super bien. N'est-ce pas? Oui, oui, c'est super bien, monsieur. Je vais en bénéficier. Je vais en bénéficier. I'm going to make most of it.
Okay.
You got it? So these are ready-made sentences. Please do use them in your B1 spoken and written part. On doit en bénéficier. We must make most of it. So this of it and why, en and why, I think I did share a document with you all in the group. So you have to use it now. You have to show it. It's all showcasing and manifesting whatever you know. Ça va, Trisha? C'est bon? Ok. Oui, Reshma, tu disais quelque chose. Tu disais quelque chose is imparfait. You were saying something. Oui, Reshma. Tout seul.
Oh, alone.
Yeah, so see, in English you have a lot of variety to say. Tout seul is all alone, but all by themselves. That also makes sense, right? So you can always play with words in English, but in French you are limited. Tout seul, all alone. Tout is all and seul is alone. Exact translation is all alone. That's correct. D'accord? Ça va, les filles? Ça va? Les autres? Oui, Khushbu, tu veux dire quelque chose?
Pour les exercices, pour les questions,
Oui.
on va écrire combien de pour les réponses.
D'accord. C'est-à-dire, tu n'as pas regardé la vidéo de la dernière séance. C'est ça? You haven't watched that video. So because we responded in that, I think Shampa and Surashi, they asked about that. So you have to exactly write whatever the right answer is. Even if that takes 2 to 3 lines, write them. If it is one word answer, we should write one word, not more.
Marks matter because of that.
No, not at all, not at all. Marks, when we check these copies at B1 level, we look at the keyword, what has been asked. Did you transfer it in one word if it was required, or did you get us the whole line? That is perfectly fine. Pas de souci.
And the formation also matters.
At B1 generally you can copy. No, not at all. I mean, you're talking about which section? Compréhension des écrits, the reading section?
No. Pour la compréhension écrite.
That's what I'm saying. Bien sûr, c'est la même chose que je disais. So, pour la compréhension des écrits, you don't have to manifest your writing skills, not at all. You just need to get the right answer. That's it. Your writing skills, cependant, quand même, pourtant, non seulement, mais aussi, that will be shown and seen and evaluated in the product écrit. You don't have to worry at all for that. D'accord? Très bien. Okay. Oui.
Suppose I did there was an error in the grammatical part.
Yeah.
So the marks will be deducted then.
If it bothers the understanding with the answer. If it is just the contrary word that you have used and the answer was expecting the positive thing and the connector that someone uses which is opposite, then of course you would lose marks. So don't play with connectors, anything, yeah. Otherwise not.
Okay, so the main things should be there. So the main answers, whatever the answers that
They
you
have to be
require,
there.
that should be there.
So when we are given the answer sheet to evaluate, we are said that it is said to us that please ensure that the word should be there. This word should be there. Whatever they have written, they cannot copy the whole passage of 300 words in that answer. No, otherwise it will be what? It will be a wrong thing. In those 2 lines or 1 line that they are dashing in, the keyword should be there. So what Khushbu asks gets responded by this way, that either you put the keyword if that is asked or the whole line. That's okay.
So I have written all the assessments, questions, answers I've written. So should I send it to you so that you can correct it?
No, so you have the
Or
answers.
it's not needed?
No, you have the answer in the end. No, you can just verify them with that answer for these.
Answers that is verified. That is, I know that those are correct. But the thing is that I've written in my own style.
No, that you can write in your own style, but if you know that your answers make sense in the same sense, then perfect. You don't have to worry about it. So what I'm more concerned about your writing skills is in the production écrite. Because here we get a limited chance to express. Why would we be expressing ourselves in the best of our capacities in the comprehension des écrits? That's not important. So please manifest all your qualities over there. But it's a good way, what you are saying, Shampa, for writing section, in writing answers. It is good way to develop that skill, but it would not be evaluated in comprehension des écrits. That's what I want to say. Ça va? So let's keep it simple. Let's put our energy over there. All right, so you all will have to do these answers all by yourself, toute seule. Ça va, Reshma? Toute seule. I use that word for you all, toute seule. And let's quickly move on to the next one. I also want to do, because see, I'll be very clean and clear with you all. This PDF we cannot deal it in totality, that's for sure. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? Des fois, on va faire 2 textes, des fois, on va faire 3 textes, ça va dépendre. Mais de plus, but you'll have to do all the texts. You'll have to read all the texts, you'll have to understand all the texts, you'll have to respond to all the questions of all the texts, and you'll all will have to work on all the 4 texts as production écrite. That is absolutely indispensable. You have to do it. C'est indispensable. You cannot miss it. Those answers I look forward to reading in our group of WhatsApp wherein you send me the answers. You got it? So please do not miss out at all responding to these 4 texts at the end as production écrite questions. I'll show it to you people because I'm sure that there were some people who couldn't attend the classes last time. So I have tried putting things in order in a way that you have these questions in the end. So I think it should be here. Yeah, kind of. Let's see. Peut-être c'est ici. Voilà. So here you have this one. Yeah. So this is the topic, everyone. You are participating in a writing competition of why have you chosen learning French and everything. So you have to write. This is what I'm more interested in, reading your style of writing. So please ensure that you have done these 4 questions. These 4 questions are going to be helped by these initial texts that you are going to read, that you have read perhaps, and all the content that I have given to you in the tabular form to enrich your answer styling. And once you have done your answers at an easy pace, I know it can seem very heavy, but it's okay. That's how it is. I cannot, just fake it that, no, it's going to be easier. No, it's going to be tougher the way we move ahead, but that's how life is. So you have to ensure that you do all these 4 texts at a pace which is comfortable to you, and I get time to check it as well. Once I see your writing styles, then you can reduce the number from 4 to 3 if you wish to, or you can keep it 4, as in 4 all texts you should write. But looking at your time availability, you can always do at least 2 from each main theme. Like apprentissage du français, at least do 2 texts. Do 2 writing sections. You got that, Ruchi? What I'm trying to say? Sapna, c'est bon? I would give you 4, but you can pick any 2, looking at your convenience, your time. But the one who does 4 gets a hang of everything. That's what the idea is. And fortunately, I have put in the end all the 4 writing sections from my side as well. Once you have written your own answer, Sapna, you can always go back to these answers which I have done for you. It can help you in creating your own answers, or you can inspire yourself by these answers to create your own, right? Arti, for example, when you're writing about apprentissage du français, you can pick up answers from here as well. But only pick up, Khushbu, once you have written your own answer. I don't want you to copy paste it. Write your answer and then read this one and see, oh, I could have written this. J'aurais pu écrire. I could have written. J'aurais pu écrire ça. J'aurais pu écrire ça. Then pick up those lines and put it in your answer and highlight it and tell yourself, I will not forget them. I will use them when it comes as a monologue or it comes as a production écrite. That is the promise that you have to do to yourself. So we are trying to do it in a way that not only we are going to help ourselves in developing our content as a normal speaker, but also somewhere at a B1 exam participant that way. Ça va? C'est clair? Tout le monde? C'est bon? Okay, so going to the second text. Now what I'm trying to do is that second text I'll do in this coming class, and in the coming class I expect you people to have done the second text which talks about so you might wonder, but what about the third text and the fourth text? Would we be able to do it? No, it's not possible for us to do all the 4 texts. You have to run through other remaining texts and you have to see you are comfortable understanding them and you're able to respond to them. If not, you send screenshots to me in the group and ask me, what does this mean? How will we pronounce it? That's what you have to do. Because believe me, I could have restricted myself to just one little text and you know, little content, but I want you to have larger expanse to travel and to explore. That's what my intention is. It might sound very heavy to you, but I hope you understand the intention so that you can take up any topic. Is that okay, Saba, Arti, Shampa, Sapna? Is that okay? Right? So the purpose is not to do everything, but to at least run through everything. Run through everything, you get a hang of it. Surashri, you got it, what I'm trying to say. So even before you ask me anything, let me just quickly tell you that this one, I'll just say my bit and then I'll listen to you. So this text, for example, this is our next text that talks about séjour linguistique. So séjour linguistique, we will do it in the next class, that talks about how linguistics stays when you go to those countries. How does it help you? Comment est-ce que vous pouvez en bénéficier? Trisha, comment est-ce que vous pouvez en bénéficier? How can you benefit out of it? So this is the way you would read this text. We'll talk about this text. And there's one more text, using internet and learning languages. That's an interesting text. You have to read about it. And there's one more text which talks about polyglot, bilinguism, how you have to learn multiple languages. So we would not do all the text, you would read them, but we will always have a discussion on these topics once we will have dealt them. First, I would like to take some questions from your side so that I hope things are clear to you. Anyone? Anything? Saba, c'est clair? Arti, Sapna, Shampa, Trisha, c'est bon? It might sound a little confusing at this point, but believe me, slowly and gradually you will get a hang of it. And you have to do your own readings. Keep on reading it, keep on asking me. And what we will do is that today we will watch a video now for the listening part of it. We'll watch a video on apprentissage du français. And then in next class, what am I going to do is that we will talk about the topic sur la production orale. You'll be talking about it. What are you going to talk about? You are going to talk about apprentissage du français and especially les séjours linguistiques. This topic. This one. So now this topic, when you read it, it is like a compréhension des écrits. But I will be dealing this topic as a topic of monologue. Got it? So as a monologue, how would you do that? Khushbu, you would read it, you try to understand it, and then you would speak on it. So I would want you people to speak on this topic, le séjour linguistique, dans le cours suivant. Vous allez parler sur ça. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Pourquoi c'est important? Qu'est-ce qu'on peut apprendre à travers un séjour linguistique? So you're going to talk about it. Ça va? C'est clair, tout le monde? So when we catch up on which days? Saturday. Voilà. Quand on va se voir ce samedi, vous allez parler sur ce que c'est les séjours linguistiques. Pourquoi c'est important? That's what we are going to work on. C'est bon, Sapna? C'est clair?
Monsieur, combien de phrases?
Combien de phrases? 350. No, pas du tout. En fait, Arti, so we'll get out of this sentences numbers because that will be too, it will restrict you always. So you have to speak for 3 to 4 minutes. Right? 3 à 4 minutes, but that means you should have your key points. At this point, you can always take help of text, you can always write them down, but whenever you're writing, go back to Sapna's point of brouillon. Brouillon is what you're making actually. But at this point, please believe me, Surashi and everyone, you can write in length. It can be like a production écrite that you're going to read to me in our next class. That's okay. But slowly and gradually, when we move into the next class, next topic, please ensure that you write less, Reshma, and then you express more with the help of these words. C'est bon? C'est clair?
Oui.
Ok, très bien. So, any questions? Si vous avez des questions à me poser, sinon on peut continuer avec la partie compréhension de l'oral. Yeah, Surashri.
Imperfect and this one,
Which one?
conditional, phrasal and
Yeah.
all. How to differentiate, like to get the hang of it very fast. So is it like imperfect is A and the conditional phrasal is with R, like that? Can we do?
I don't know when you say A, and R, or what
No,
is
I
it?
need to say the, no, I need to say the ending part. You know, for example, bule or bulere, budre, like that. There are some how to do that. It's very difficult.
So I don't know if I could help you in that sense, but I can simply say to you, if you see the size is small, it is voulez, which is imperfect. If it is voudrais, it is longer and it is consistent présent. You'll have to have the inch tape to measure them. I don't know how to go about that. So the only solution is, Surashri, il faut s'entraîner, il faut pratiquer. The more you train yourself. So that's why, believe me, the point that you're raising is an interesting one. Why? Read these texts. And in these texts, you would see these constructions and you would ask yourself, what is that? Is it imperfect or is it constant présent? And then you'll respond to those questions. Right? Ok, très bien. Ça va, Sapna? Tout va bien? Oui? D'accord, très bien. So, I had a little, what did I plan for you? Voilà, voilà, j'espère que c'est là. Non, c'est pas ça. Okay, I think I should have it here. You would tell me if it's audible and visible and everything. Okay.
Bonjour, bonjour Adèle. Vous êtes rédactrice.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to put the microphone nearer to it so that it's clearer to you. Vous allez me dire si c'est audible ou pas.
Louise Cuneo, bonjour. Bonjour Adèle. Vous êtes rédactrice en chef éducation pour le magazine Le Point et vous venez de sortir un numéro spécial Bien s'exprimer, parler et écrire sans erreur. Alors, on vient de le voir dans le reportage.
Est-ce que c'est audible pour vous? Ça va? Vous entendez bien? C'est clair? Arti? Oui? D'accord, très bien. Ok. Voilà, et donc je vous explique pourquoi cette vidéo-là. Alors, cette vidéo va nous aider à comprendre comment les Français, comment ils parlent. Les Français, comment ils parlent, voilà, tout d'abord. Et après, on va essayer de comprendre le contenu et comment ce contenu va nous aider à non seulement comprendre la partie compréhension de l'oral, mais aussi ça va nous aider à alimenter notre connaissance avec les nouveaux mots, les nouvelles expressions, les nouveaux phénomènes, les nouvelles situations. Et donc, vous allez tout noter. Vous allez tout noter, pas maintenant, mais petit à petit, d'accord? Cette vidéo va vous aider à vraiment comprendre ça. Et de plus, je vais vous poser des questions après. Qu'est-ce que vous avez compris? Elle parle de quoi? Quel est ce phénomène? Pourquoi c'était comme ça? D'accord? So, I'm going to ask a question. But, exam point of training, we'll do later on. Don't worry. I'll dash in some expressions. I'm sorry. I'll dash in some videos of exam purpose later on. Let's, again, the same idea. Let's learn it in a bigger way, in a better way. Then exam point of view, we'll do it later. Later, not too late, but somewhere in the mid. That's what I'll train you for. Don't worry. Okay.
Reportage, c'est plutôt l'usage qui fait foi en matière de vocabulaire. Et si on devait prendre un exemple, on pourrait prendre le mot Covid.
Absolument, parce que le Covid ou la Covid a suscité beaucoup de débats au moment du confinement en 2020. Le Covid était considéré comme le mot le plus usité, mais l'Académie française avait proposé la Covid pour faire référence à la maladie et non pas au virus. Sauf que la maladie, eh bien, n'a pas pris en France, n'a pas pris selon voilà, le genre qu'on va lui donner. Et
Alors, elle parle de quoi toutes les deux? Il y a cette présentatrice et il y a une invitée. Qui est-ce qui peut m'expliquer? Qu'est-ce qu'elle est en train de dire? Elle parle de quoi? Oui, Trisha? Pardon. Oui, on va laisser Trisha parler. Oui, Trisha, dis-nous.
Elle parlait
Sur?
sur pour les Covid ou la Covid.
Oui. C'est masculin ou c'est féminin? Oui.
C'est masculin et c'est féminin. So, la maladie, la maladie expliquée, c'est les féminins.
Oui, c'est ça.
Comme ça,
Oui, absolument. Et quand c'est virus, c'est masculin.
parle pas bien en français.
Comment? Comment? Qui ne parle pas bien en français?
Je ne parle pas bien en français, totalement, but
No, now you have to get over it now. Tu ne peux pas dire ça. Je ne peux pas, je ne parle pas bien. Mais tu parles bien, mais tu vas essayer d'améliorer ton français, bien sûr. D'accord? Et donc, tu ne dis jamais cette phrase-là. Je ne parle pas bien, monsieur, dans ce cours. Non. Tu parles bien, mais tu vas essayer de t'exprimer encore plus. Ça va? Oui, mais c'est correct ce que tu viens de dire, Trisha. Absolument. Just going back to the point raised by Surashri, because
L'usage a fait que le Covid était considéré comme le Covid ou la Covid a suscité.
Alors, on vient de parler et écrire sans erreur. Alors, on vient de le voir dans le reportage. C'est plutôt l'usage qui fait foi en matière de vocabulaire. Et si on devait prendre
OK, si on devait prendre un exemple, on pourrait prendre le mot COVID. So looking at this, who can tell me which is this condition and how does it work? Si on devait prendre, you have to raise your hands. Si on devait prendre un exemple, on pourrait prendre le mot COVID. Okay, we have Reshma who wants to say something. Yeah, Reshma, how do you translate that in English quickly? Si on devait, and which condition is that? Si plus
Conditional passive
conditionnel passé? Non, c'est pas vrai. Oui, Sapna?
from the conditional present.
OK.
If
Oui, oui, c'est ça, c'est ça. Oui, Sapna, tu peux nous aider?
Conditional
we
present.
have
Oui, absolument. Et donc, si plus Surashri imparfait. Ton ami imparfait, Surashri. Ton ami imparfait, your friend imparfait is là, is here. Et on devait prendre un exemple, on pourrait prendre le mot COVID. So, who can...
I raise offline hand for the
Ah, yeah, you raised an offline hand. Yeah, so you have to tell me the whole thing now. In an online mode, you raise an offline hand. What a beautiful world are we living in. Chali, so since you raised an offline hand in an online world, so please tell us this in a real world as to what this sentence would mean in English. Chali, Surashri.
And if we had to, if you had to take an example,
Right.
so we could take the word COVID.
Yeah, we could take the word go. Absolutely. So this is si plus imparfait plus conditional présent. Right? It's still possible. Très bien. So when you watch these kind of videos, just don't look at the content part of it. As a expert in linguistics, for all as a language experts, please see the language construction as well. That's equally important for us at B1 level. Voilà. So they're talking about the word COVID.
Pour, un exemple, on pourrait prendre le mot Covid.
Absolument, parce que le Covid ou la Covid a suscité beaucoup de débats au moment du confinement en 2020. Le Covid était considéré comme le mot le plus usité, mais l'Académie française avait proposé la Covid.
Okay. Le COVID était le mot le plus usité. Usité is used. So le COVID was used by everyone. But l'Académie française, this is the French Academy, and they put a lot of rules and constructions, and it should happen this way. And we call them les puristes. Les puristes, P-U-R-I-S-T-E-S. Purists are the people who are totally into language and they don't want any kind of disturbance with language. They are called les puristes. People like us. Oh no, why did not you put an E? Why did you put this? And no, it's not this way, that way. So we language teachers are like puristes. On est les puristes. So puristes are the people who are really totally into language and they want it to be in the pure sense. So Académie Française, it keeps a check on everything happening in French language. It doesn't want it to ruin itself, but of course, with passage of time and mondialisation, Internet et tout ça, des échanges, les nouveaux mots qui entrent dans la langue française, d'anglais, hindi, alors espagnol, donc tout est mélangé maintenant. So even they are struggling hard to get a difference between the two. And even if you remember the other day, we talked about l'écriture inclusive, wherein we put dots for female people and extra E, and we try to give everyone some space in the language. But Académie Française says, no, please don't do that. Don't ruin this language, which is already complicated, and putting a lot of dots and E's and this and that. So, but the approach or the idea is that c'est la démocratie, c'est la démocratisation de la langue française to include everyone. The way I said the other day, if all the women of the planet were at one side and a one-day boy entered that group, that whole group becomes masculine. So for that, they are fighting and they're saying it should be écriture inclusive. So you would put an extra dot and put an E and show everyone is there. Voila. So, so those people who want to do that, they are fighting for the language, but there are some puristes who say, no, let's be very pure with the language. Voila.
pour faire référence à la maladie et non pas au virus. Sauf que la maladie, tiens, on n'a pas pris en France, on n'a pas pris selon, voilà, le genre qu'on va lui donner. Et l'usage a fait que le Covid est beaucoup plus répandu. Alors, ceux qui disent la
Et beaucoup plus répandu, it got spread in a larger way, beaucoup plus répandu. So, alors ceux qui disent la COVID sont considérés comme des puristes de la langue. So those who say that la COVID, they are the purists because they say it is c'est la maladie, it is a disease, and we're not talking about the virus. So they would say la COVID, and they call themselves we are the pure people of language, purists, right? So you have to understand these concepts as well. So you can always talk about puristes. Maybe if there is a topic that comes for your B1, apprentissage de la langue française, and you say, bien sûr, il y a des gens comme puristes. You'll be like, wow, she knows what purist is. And so always be very alert and keep adding to your content in your beautiful notebook. I'm looking forward to seeing this notebook of yours when you will have made it in the end of November, that how you have added all the content. Always add these content from those texts, from this video, from everything and anything that we see across. So that's going to help you in the end. Absolutely. Voilà.
Covid sont considérés comme des puristes de la langue, mais plus personne aujourd'hui dit la Covid.
Alors, il y a les bons élèves, hein, ces puristes de la langue française. Alors, finalement, la langue opère vraiment un clivage.
Alors finalement, la langue opère vraiment un clivage dans la société. Anyone who can explain this line? Oui, allez-y. Anyone? Alors, finalement, finally, the language operates truly a cleavage, a breakage, a division in this society. So language is creating a division in the society. Why? There are some people who say la COVID, et il y a certaines personnes qui disent le COVID. Et donc, il y a une division. D'accord? So have these kind of constructions in your mind that la langue opère vraiment un clivage dans la société. You can pick it up from here, Arti. You can always use. For example, you can talk about internet. I don't know if you were to talk about, let's say, the internet or money. Money creates divisions in the society. Let's think about that way. So how would you say, Khushbu? L'argent opère vraiment un clivage dans la société. What a beautiful sentence. Believe me. So what I'm trying to say is that whatever you find is flowery and interesting, pick it up, change the words and use it. And that is going to embellish your language and nothing else, because this is said by a French person. So if she says that, means they say it this way. They would not say, I mean, they can say que l'argent crée des divisions dans la société. But why not go this way? Ça va? Champa, tu veux dire quelque chose? Champa, je vois ta main levée. Non? Ok, on va continuer. So we'll carry on.
Clivage dans la société, il y a vraiment ces chevaliers blancs de la langue française qu'on appelle les SPG, pour ne pas dire, à ne pas confondre avec le PSG, bien sûr. Alors, qui sont-ils?
Alors le SPG, c'est
So she talks about SPG. Now the purists. So SPG are the people, I don't know, I can fall in that category. C'est le syndrome de pédanterie grammaticale. So these are the people who are totally obsessed with grammar. Yeah, I don't want you to put that you haven't put the extra E. You remember in our initial classes, oh, you haven't put that extra E, you haven't put this and that. So these people are called SPG. You can always talk about this. Just imagine if you talked about this in your B1 level, how would you impress? At what level would you impress this person? So, monsieur, je peux parler de SPG. Qu'est-ce que c'est SPG? Alors, ce sont les gens qui ont, c'est le syndrome de pédanterie grammaticale. Mais qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? So you can always talk about it.
C'est le syndrome de pédanterie grammaticale. Rien de grave, bien moins grave que le Covid.
Rien de grave, nothing serious, mais moins grave, but less serious que le COVID. COVID, it's not as serious as COVID. It's less serious.
Mais néanmoins, c'est quelque chose qui touche des personnes de manière indifférente, des enfants, des adultes, des hommes, des femmes. L'idée générale, ce sont ces personnes qui ne supportent pas, qui ne tolèrent pas une faute de français,
Voilà, ce sont les gens qui ne supportent pas. Supporter is to bear, to tolerate. Supporter is not to support, right? It's a false friend. What is to support? Soutenir, right? Soutenir is to support, but support is to bear. Je ne supporte pas. No, I don't bear that. I don't tolerate it. Or you could simply say, tolérer. Ce sont les gens qui ne supportent pas, qui ne tolèrent pas. Those who do not support, those who do not bear, or those who do not, support as in they do not tolerate. What can't they tolerate? Arti, une faute de français, de syntaxe, d'orthographe, de vocabulaire. So people like us. People like us. So very simply, you all are teachers, you all are language learners. So ce sont les gens.
De syntaxe, d'orthographe, de vocabulaire de la part de leur interlocuteur, à condition évidemment qu'il ne soit ni leur élève, si on est prof, ni son enfant, si on est parent. On se retrouve face à quelqu'un qui nous dit « Ah, t'as fait une faute, mais comment tu… » qui reprend juste de manière pernicieuse un accord de COD mal embouché ou quelque chose comme ça. Et effectivement, ça fait preuve d'un manque d'empathie totale.
So, alors, il y a un manque d'empathie. There's a lack of empathy. You don't have empathy because you would directly tell this person, oh, tu n'as pas fait. Ah, tu as dit j'ai allé. Tu dois dire je suis allé. Vous voyez? So, these kind of sentences will be said and they would say it abruptly. Ils vont dire d'une façon directe, brutale, même brutale, brutale. Ils vont dire, ah, tu as fait une faute. C'est pas j'ai allé, c'est je suis allé. And they would actually interrupt you while you're talking. So, they are like, too much at times. Voilà.
Vis-à-vis de la personne qui commet la faute, quoi.
Oui, alors si on n'est pas forcément un puriste de la sorte, on peut avoir du mal avec les néologismes.
Alors, on peut avoir du mal avec néologisme. It's a very beautiful term. Néologism means creating new words all by yourself. Neologism. So I don't know, neo is new, logism is logic, neologism. So these are the new words that come into language and they might have no sense at the beginning, but slowly and gradually they make a lot of sense. So that's called neologism. Neologism, creating new words and they could make sense. And especially with passage of time, it gives a lot of sense to these words. Par exemple, neologism, something that was new. Par exemple, même le mot COVID, it was neologism. It never existed before COVID broke. So no one knew about it. But COVID, it became everywhere a word that everyone started recognizing. Voilà, c'est néologisme.
On l'a vu notamment avec ces mots qui correspondent à la féminisation. Là, on a vu qu'il y avait beaucoup de gens qui s'y étaient opposés de façon quand même très radicale.
Alors, même la féminisation des mots, c'est néologisme. Par exemple, normalement, qu'est-ce qu'on dit? On dit le médecin, le professeur. D'accord? Normalement, on dit ça. Mais il y a des personnes qui disent, Arti, non, je suis une femme et je ne vais pas dire je suis le professeur, je vais dire je vais la professeure. Ou bien professeur avec un E à la fin. So you must have seen these are new words that have come up. So neologisme, la féminisation, you can have this word, la féminisation, which means making feminine of the masculine words, even when the person who was doing that job was a feminine person. Like médecin is médecin. It's never médecine. It's médecin. And it was always le médecin. But people say, je suis la médecin, that way. Yeah, Arti, tu veux dire quelque chose?
I just wanted to talk about this only. So, la médecin, la prophétie est acceptable now.
So, we are in a world where everything is acceptable and has to be accepted. How? You'll see in this video, they say, le ministre est enceinte. Now, the word ministre is minister. Even if it is a female minister, it is le ministre. So if someone were to say that, let's say that minister is expecting a baby, and that's a female minister, right? So you would write the heading, le ministre est enceinte. So it'll be like, what? But le ministre is a masculine term, and how is he or she is expecting a baby? I mean, a lot of confusion. So they say, alors dans ce cas-là, you don't say le ministre. Why don't you put la ministre? Because I'm a woman and I am expecting a baby. So why not la ministre? So these things have come up now. So this is called la démocratisation, l'écriture inclusive. So there are many terms that are trying to pull in everyone from everywhere. And like, how can you reduce my whole existence to zero by just letting one male person in and all the women of the planet, they go masculine version. So, that way. Voila.
Yes. It's a fight with ILF as well. Like when the both of girls and boys.
Yeah, you're right. So I'll just quickly share my own experience, and I did write an article on that. There was a picture, and in that picture there were just women, 10 women who had gone to France for a training, and the picture read, ils sont allés en France. So I scratched my head and I said, now why are they considering them to be participants? Why can't they consider them to be women? And they could have written elles sont allées, but all of them, can you imagine? All were women, still it was written ils sont allées, which is very strange. Why? Because they took them not for women, but for participants or for people who had gone to France. All of them being women. Ideally, they should have written elles sont allées and not ils sont allées. So just look at the level wherein what Trisha is saying, that when there is a even one boy enters, what I was saying the same way, but here all the group was purely feminine. Then too it was designated as ils sont allées, which is again, they could have the way Aarti asks, what is correct? What you feel is correct is correct. What you can justify for yourself is correct. Voila. Okay, but that creates a lot of confusion for the learners, especially in that world wherein people are fluent in French and that's their mother tongue. For them it's okay, but for other people it becomes very troublesome to understand when we are learners. Voilà. Okay, we'll just take for a minute or two.
Absolument, alors que même, par exemple, le mot auteur féminisé, qui a donné autrice, a été voué aux gémonies, etc. Alors qu'en fait, si on réfléchit bien, autrice, c'est un mot qui existait déjà au Moyen-Âge, puis qui a disparu dans l'usage. Et comme l'usage fait foi, comme l'a dit votre reportage, il a peu à peu disparu. Mais aujourd'hui, si autrice est réhabilitée, ça n'est en rien
Voilà, elle est en train de nous dire que auteur, these days women have started putting E in the end for auteur. But she says the word autrice did exist in the Moyen Age, in the Middle Ages. Mais on l'a perdu because there were less and less of women who used to write. So every time we found men, so it was auteur. So now she says when it has come back to the trend, autrice, people are like, oh, is it a new word? So they don't know that it already existed. So she's trying to tell them that don't be surprised. There was a big void in the centuries wherein we didn't use it, but we did use it in the Middle Ages. So voilà, c'était là. Alors ça n'est en rien une véritable néologisme. So it is not a true neologism. It is not a new word. She says autrice is an old word. New is something that never existed, but autrice did exist.
Véritable néologisme, c'est en fait un retour aux bases de la langue française.
Alors cette langue française, elle est très importante pour les employeurs et on voit finalement aujourd'hui que les employeurs préfèrent quelqu'un qui parle bien et qui écrit bien le français plutôt que l'anglais. Alors là, je suis quand même assez étonnée par ce résultat.
Alors ici, on voit que you can always talk about these kind of videos, that dans une vidéo, j'ai vu qu'il y avait un entretien où on a compris que les employeurs, the employers, ils nécessitent, ils embauchent des recruits, ils recrutent des gens qui parlent français super bien. So that's important that people should speak in a world wherein English is taking so much of space. There are people who are going back to learning French in a perfect way. So you can always quote these kind of videos of 7 jours sur la planète. When you talk about these kind of things at B1 level, that shows how much you are totally into the culture and you know a lot what is happening in the francophone world. Voilà. So this is also going to help you. Alors, on va arrêter ici. Est-ce que vous avez des questions à me poser? Arti, Khushbu, Reshma, Surashri, Champa, Trisha, c'est bon?
Non, c'est bon.
Ça va? So we'll try to in the future course of action, we'll try to complete certain things in a complete way. But at this point, I just want to tell that if I'm putting this video to you, watch it completely, translate it completely in English, look at the subtitles, take some screenshots, send it to me in the group, ask me what was that, I could understand from this point to that point. That way we can actually make most of our beyond this class learning as well, right? Because we have limited time. Just a second. So we have limited time, but we have so much to do. And the idea behind is to give you as much as possible, but also to handhold you in a way that is comfortable for you and it is all structured. J'espère que c'est clair pour vous. Vous avez compris l'idée? Voilà. Et donc. Avec les sous-titres? Voilà. Ah.
So, c'est totalement 7 vidéo. So, je pouvais seulement 3 minutes 40 seconds.
C'est pas grave. Je comprends, Surashri. So you cannot do it all in one go. develop that habit of yours, and believe me, it's going to help you in the later stages of your French manifestation. And you would, when you would have no more teachers, as in you will be your own teacher, and you will be randomly watching videos, everything will be clear to you, because you have to develop this habit of understanding things with subtitles, and later you just hide them, and then you understand all by yourself. Voilà, ça va aller. Because that's how you will develop your understanding skills for comprehension de l'oral. That we will do somewhere after a few months, and I'll tell you how it has to be done in the exam point of view. But let's do it in a general way. C'est bon, c'est clair? Alors, un petit travail. Vous allez travailler sur le thème, le séjour linguistique, et vous allez parler sur ça. You're going to talk about it. You are going to complete this video all by yourself. You're going to read all the text also, but we are going to talk on the topic, which is le séjour linguistique. Pourquoi c'est important? Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? And please do not forget to have written all the 4 topics as production écrit. The answers are there already in the sheet, but do make your own answers and strengthen yourself, and believe me, it's going to be a wonderful journey. Est-ce que vous avez des questions à me poser? Non, c'est bon? Beaucoup de travail? Beaucoup de travail? Oui, Champa. Oui, Champa.
Pour le samedi, samedi soir, c'est monologue, non, sur séjour linguistique.
Absolument. Bravo, c'est ça. C'est, vous allez parler. Moi, je vais être passif. J'ai beaucoup parlé. Alors, c'est vous qui allez parler. Et je vais vous noter. D'accord? Non? Champa, tu n'es pas con.
Vous allez donner des bonnes notes, monsieur.
Comment? Je vais vous donner de bonnes notes. I'm going to give you good marks.
Oui, c'est ça.
Très bien. Alors, pourquoi pas? Vous avez bien travaillé. I see the way you people are all, you're falling apart, still holding on to your energy and trying to pull it through this class. Bravo.
Accrochez, monsieur.
Accroché. Oui, j'accroche. Bravo. Je m'accroche. Bravo. Très bien. Super, je vous souhaite, voilà, je vous souhaite bonne fin de soirée, prenez soin de vous, étudiez bien, et si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas à me les poser dans le groupe WhatsApp. Je vais essayer mon maximum de vous y répondre, mais s'il y a du retard, excusez-moi, mais je vais le faire, et je vous souhaite bonne fin de soirée et à samedi. Merci, au revoir. Merci. Au revoir.
Au revoir, monsieur. Merci.
Merci.